And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to, this afternoon, we're watching and reacting to Chelsea FC versus Djurgården IF 2024-25 UEFA Conference League Semifinal Leg 2, 4-1 on aggregate for Chelsea. As long as they hold on and score a goal at home, at that point, Chelsea will advance. Score a goal at home, you're pretty much home. You're home free when it comes to going on to the final of this conference league. Just like the last tie against Legia Warsaw, you should be fine. Like, I don't think there's a question of the fact that they're advancing. The question is do they get embarrassed again at home? Because the Leafs are better than the Panthers, the Celtics are choking, and the Cavaliers, they're frauds. There you go. Well, they shouldn't have to do that. This is Djurgården. But then again, I'm feeling good, though. Do you think Chelsea should do better this game? Yes, because they're actually playing better right now. It's like that Legia Warsaw second leg was a wake-up call. So they should win this game, but I have a little bit of PTSD still going on in the back of my head. Starting 11s are as follows. We're still here, though, so I don't know. Either way, Philip Jorgensen in goal. The back four of Mark Cucurella, Benoit Badiashile, Tosin Adarabioyo, Malo Gusto, Reece James, Josh Achiampong, Jadon Sancho, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. We have Reggie Walsh, and up top, Tyreek George. They rotated a good bit because they should. Starting 11 for Djurgården. In goal, we have Jacob Rene. The back four of Victor Berg, Jacob Uni Larson, Jacob Uni Larson, Miro Tenho, Keita Kosugi, yes. Midfield Tobias Gullikson, Daniel Stenson, Hampus Findel. You have Tokmak Chol, Santeri Harala, and August Prisk up top. There we go. They got Jordy Petrovic at Strasbourg, so no, they'll just bring him back off loan. Good. Former Revolution goalkeeper Jordy Petrovic, by the way. Again, starting 11 for Chelsea, Jorgensen, Cucurella, Badiashile, Tosin, Gusto, James, Achiampong, Sancho, Dewsbury Hall, Walsh, George. How we doing, Dylan? How we doing? Last night didn't go so well for you, eh? I mean, Dallas is Dallas. I was hoping Winnipeg would pull through. I'm going to be honest. I honestly wanted them to pull through, by the way. I think Dallas is the more solid team. I wanted Winnipeg to pull through, and they didn't. So they can lose at home. Well, they were until 2 seconds. João Pinheiro from Portugal's the referee tonight. They played well enough, just didn't get the bounces. Yeah, I think they used up all their luck in Game 7 against the Blues. Djurgården wearing their white jersey, Chelsea wearing their blue. Because, I mean, seriously, the way that Blues Game 7 ended, that was luck. I don't care. Chaos and luck. Chaos and luck. And the fact that the Blues ran out of gas. Just 58 minutes. They still play a 58-minute game. They still run out of gas at Winnipeg. They lose. It wasn't like the whole third period like the other three. Start 11 for Djurgården. Rene, Berg, Larson, Tenno, Kosugi, Gullikson, Stenson, Findel, Chol, Harala, and Prisk for Djurgården. And the winner of this tie, which probably will be Chelsea, are going to Wrocław, Poland to play the winner of Betis and Fiorentina, which, by the way, let me pull that up on another window. All the Europa League scores, conference and proper. We have the CONCACAF Champions Cup final, that being Cruz Azul versus Vancouver Whitecaps, which is played last of all four on June 1st. We have the UEFA Champions League final, which is played the day before between Inter and PSG. And we'll find out the Europa League and Conference League final. Europa League played first, which is 2 Wednesdays from now, I think. That would be the 21st, yes. And then Chelsea plays on the 28th, 20 days from now. And Dylan throws 10 gifted memberships on the channel. Lovely. I love it. I love it. And we're off. We're off. Djurgården versus Chelsea. We're off. I have to write these down. Month-long gifted memberships. Thank you, Dylan, for the gifted memberships. 10 gifted memberships. Henry. So that would be 5, 6, 8. I would think so. Adam, the 2025. Playing forward, that's a foul. Playing forward, Chelsea has it. Sam? VA. Playing forward, 2 minutes in. All right. Talk about those later. Gifted memberships for a month. Pacharo says the new Pope is American. Yes, and you know what? That is awesome. So I got them all written down. I'll shout out Dylan for the 10 gifteds and then say who got gifted for a month. And put them on the list. Put them on the membership list. The description at the end. On the video, and then, of course, at the end of the stream. Which, good thing is I'm making the 2 streams for the next 2 days, so that makes my work easier. I just have to edit the descriptions on my notes app that I throw in there. 3 minutes in, here we go. Yeah, because the way I do my descriptions, I have them ready in the notes app for like the streams and the reviews, and I just change it up every time. Either way, makes my work easier. Makes my work easier because the last time he did this, I'm joking. I still had like 1 stream left over that I had waiting to go, and I had Adam there, and then Adam on the. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. 4th minute. That kind of sounded a little bit salty. I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, now I think about it, that did kind of sound a little bit salty. But either way, I didn't mean it that way. I just woke up. I'm a little bit crabby when I wake up. Playing forward by Chelsea. It's been about an hour. Are you scared to play Anthony in the finals? No, not really. For shame. Playing forward. First act to make all Catholics football fans is Pope. I'm behind that. I'm behind that. There's my pen. There we go. But again, thank you, Dylan, for the 10 gifted. Another 10 gifted from Dylan. Jeez. He's so meaningful. What's the word? So supportive. There we go. He's so supportive. He's so real. We love that. No goals yet. 5 minutes in. We love Dylan here. Five minutes in. Yes, Risklander, I saw the new Pope was chosen. That's what I had it on before I started watching the game. Paramount Plus, CBS 24/7. And they're American. I cannot believe that happened. American Pope. Wow. I'm honestly shocked. And this guy's going to be Pope till I'm about 50? He's only 68? He looks pretty healthy. So let's say about 45, 47, somewhere around there. Probably 69. So about mid-40s. He's going to be Pope till I'm in my mid-40s. Unless he retires, which I don't know. Do you think this Chelsea team would destroy the past 2 seasons team? Yeah, I think so. OHL Championship Series starts this evening. Yes, and there's 2 Leafs prospects playing each other. Easton Cowan plays Ben Danford. So there you go. I'm going to give him a chance. He seems a little bit more middle of the road than Francis because he did the things that Francis didn't do. Francis didn't wear the red sash when he was brought out the first time. So maybe he's a little bit more traditional. I honestly think when it comes to theology, there is theology. Like the theology is the theology. It's that simple. Like I don't really think there's much. Like I don't understand there could be liberal and conservative in theology. There's just the theology. There's either just you follow the theology or you're a heretic. I don't understand what the difference is. I don't know. I don't get it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't get it. Like, you either follow the theology or you're a heretic. You follow the Bible or you're a heretic. It's that simple. Like, yeah, you could act more like Jesus. That's fair, which I think that's more what they're going along is do they act like an asshole or are they the reincarnation of Jesus? I think that's more what they're acting on when they say somebody's conservative or liberal, which frankly, when it comes down to it, I think a pope should act like Jesus. They're the representative of him on this earth. They should act like Jesus. But that being also, that means you follow the theology. So that's my opinion. Nine minutes in. There's a bunch of Christian branches to who's right. Yeah, here's the funny part about that. I honestly believe the Pope still matters to Protestants. I believe who the Pope is still matters to Protestants. The Pope still carries weight, ironically enough. That's what I believe. Because I am not Catholic. I am a Baptist. I am a Protestant. But I do believe that since the Pope is Christian, they still state Christian theology, Jesus Christ, God. They do talk about Mary more than the Baptists do, but they do. But I still believe personally that you really, I personally, I mean, yes, Baptists don't take communion and such, but honestly, truthfully, I don't really see that much of a difference, to be honest. I think the Pope still matters to Baptists or Protestants, which is to some. Now, I think the Scottish would lop my head off. I think the Scottish would go and lop my head off saying that. But when it comes to Americans and this side of the world, I don't see a difference. Now, of course, in Europe, yeah, no, the Scottish and Irish would lop my head off for saying that, and I understand that. But I'm talking about this side of the world. I don't think there's really. I think Protestants accept the Pope as much as the Catholics do. But that's just my opinion. So you're right. I don't understand why there's so many branches, really. Cross in. Like it's all Jesus Christ. Like seriously, I honestly don't understand why there's so many different like groups of Christianity, Catholicism. Like there's Catholicism and there's Protestantism. Martin Luther, but does that really matter now? That seems like a European construct, really. God is God. When you talk about God and Jesus Christ, God is God, Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ. The Bible's the Bible. Like, honestly, when it comes to it, the only thing Protestants don't do is the box and communion. Well, they also don't talk about Mary as much until it's Christmas. Then they do, because she's part of the Christmas story. But that's the only time she really gets talked about Protestant-wise is Christmas. That's it. That's it. Merry Christmas. Sorry, we admit she exists. Do you consider Church of Latter-day Saints Christians? Mormons are a different thing completely. No, Mormons are kind of different. No, the Mormons are. I don't know much about them, but just watch the South Park episode. Yeah, they're kind of they're their own thing. they're not as weird as the Scientologists, but they're their own thing. They're their own thing. Mormons are their own thing. Scientologists are their own thing. Scientologists are nuts. Mormons, they just have a different theology. It's just something that we don't exactly agree with. I think South Park did a good job of explaining them. That South Park episode, yeah. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that pretty much. Not against. All I know about Mormons is Utah and South Park. That's about it. That's about it. That's about it. So I can't really speak too much. At least they're not Scientologists. Speaking of, let's look at these other scores. No goals on either game. Any of the 4 games, no goals. So Tottenham's still advancing at this point. Man United, Chelsea, and Betis still advancing at this point. 14 minutes. I was at Santrabel earlier this year for Habs Jets. That sounds awesome. I gotta say, Montreal fans, Santrabel seems so amazing. The atmosphere of that arena seems so amazing. I gotta say. Habs fans are absolutely passionate. Like, I got to give them, well, they're not rivals to me. I'm not 80 years old. They're not rivals to me. That's football. Cross in. Save. No, off the corner. To me, the real rivalry when it comes to Montreal is football. Hockey's not a rivalry to me. I'm not 80 years old. I'm not 80 years old. I got to say, Habs fans are passionate. Amazingly passionate, I gotta say. Whether they're bad or good. To me, Habs Leafs isn't a rivalry. I got way more problems. Way more problems with Ottawa. Way more problems with Buffalo. Way more problems with Boston. Way more problems with Chicago at this point. That's as a Blues fan. Like, I legit hate Chicago more than I do Montreal when it comes to hockey. Now, football, that's different. But hockey-wise, I hate Chicago more than I do the Habs. Hell, there was a time I hated the LA Kings more than I did the Habs. Probably for the same reason I hate the Bruins, but less dirty. Because let's remember, the Blues had their problems with the Kings for a while there. It took a couple of years for me to stop hating the LA Kings. It took me a couple of years there. I don't anymore, but there was a couple of years there where I really hated the LA Kings. I don't anymore. They're still frauds. I don't know if I wanted them to beat the Oilers, but I picked them to beat the Oilers, and they let me down. Jonathan Quick would never. What happened? Well, yeah, the challenge. Yeah, that did happen. Connor McDavid went Super Saiyan. Yeah, that happened too. Jonathan Quick would never. Yeah, the Kings did spend a good couple of years in the wilderness. That's probably why I stopped hating them. As long as they don't start stomping the Blues, I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Exactly. We're not 80 years old. I hate Ottawa much more. Much more. Chelsea's holding on to a 4-1 lead. Kind of boring, all things considered. I have to make a review for this. Hey. Cross in. It'd be funny. Dewsbury Hall. Boston's going to be an interesting offseason. I think so. And they still didn't get that high up on the draft lottery. Play like crap, just end up finishing what, 6th? Got the 6th pick. That's nobody. Well, comparatively at least. You got nobody. You got a hill of magic beans. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Playing forward. Cross in. Cleared corner. Beans. You could have the beans. I'll have the potato salad. My family's recipe for potato salad is really good, as I've said. It's not what you think potato salad. Well, I should say. Whatever you think of potato salad, disregard that. When it comes to my family's recipe, hell, I don't even like store-bought potato salad. Anybody else's potato salad I don't like. And it's also mustard-based, by the way, instead of mayonnaise. There's a little bit of mayonnaise, but mustard-based, which I love sour. I love tangy, so that kind of does it for me. Also, we put dill relish in there, which is just lovely. Dill relish, mustard, a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit, not too much. Trust me, like my family's recipe, like if you tried it, you'd be like, you know what, that actually is pretty good. Trust me, you would. You would. It's not the same. It's mustard based, which a lot of them are mayonnaise based, which hell no. Trust me, I know. Like, funny story, like I went to a family Thanksgiving once that wasn't like my family went, but it was hosted by a different part of the family. And then that they made their own potato salad, and my Nana was like, hey, you probably shouldn't eat that. And I'm like, it's potato salad, as usual. And I think it was also the deviled eggs too, which we have some really good deviled eggs as well. And then I tasted it. My face looks like I look at Nana, I'm like, you were right. Like, I didn't say it, but like my face kind of said it all. It's like, you were right. You were right. And that was more mayonnaise based. So I learned then. If it ain't my Nana, my family's recipe, don't. I learned then, don't. I learned then, don't. And then there was also like store-bought that looked more mustard based. No, it was like Walmart. That it didn't taste right. I'm like, no. I'm like, no. So no, I know what people is out. I understand it. You ain't had my family's recipe though, which luckily still lives on. I'm about to have some after this game's over. By the way, which is partly why I'm thinking of it. I'm looking forward to it, but luckily the recipe lives on, even though my Nana passed. The recipe does live on. So there you go. Also, like the dressing recipe lives on, which good, and the deviled eggs, which good. But she was right. 23rd minute, 0-0. Got 23 minutes. Djurgården playing forward. Let's see the other scores, by the way, because I honestly rather would. Nobody has scored yet in any of the games. Any of the UEFA games today, nobody has scored. It still stands to where it was at the beginning of the day. Still stands where it was at the beginning of the day. Goal kick for Chelsea. What are you doing? What are you doing? Kick it away. Sancho going forward. I mean, yeah, they wouldn't be undefeated anyway, so it doesn't matter at this point. George doesn't get there. A draw is fine. They're through to the final. I thought they were playing better, but they did rotate a good bit, so I guess that kind of is what it says. That kind of says what it says. That kind of says what it says. Playing forward. Cross in. Brings it down. How we doing, Specimen? Is Tyreek George evil Saka? He's better. I don't know about evil, but he's better. That's what matters. Tyreek George is better Saka. Saka's a fraud. Tyreek George is better. That's what matters. I don't know if he's evil. I can kind of see where they're coming with it. He's better. He's better. Saka's a fraud. Tyreek George is not. By the way, speaking of, Tyreek George is going to do more if Chelsea wins this trophy than Bukayo Saka ever did to win Arsenal a trophy. Because let's remember, he barely did anything in that FA Cup run. That one trophy Arteta won. Put your trophies on the table and actually tell us what you did. Share with the class what you did. Tyreek George would have done more than you if they win the Conference League. Fraud. Oh, by the way, tell us how you bottled the Champions League. Oh, yeah, you bottled it. You're not good enough for the bright lights, sir. Not at all. You're not good enough for the bright lights, sir. Not at all. We're cooking Arsenal today. Oh, we're cooking Arsenal today because guess what? They missed the Champions League final and they've gone trophyless. Chelsea are about to waltz into the Conference League final. And the way they're playing now, that Legia Warsaw game woke them up. That was a wake-up call. They're playing better now. Oh, yeah. They're going to get top 5. They're going to the Champions League. And they're going to win the Conference League. You know, I believe it now. They're going to win the whole damn thing. Screw you, Anthony. They're going to win the whole thing. If it's Fiorentina, screw you, De Gea. They're winning the whole thing. They've woken up. Just at the right time. Arsenal ain't winning nothing. And by the way, speaking of, Tottenham's going to a Europa League final as well. There's one London club who ain't doing shit. It's the one at the Emirates. And Man United's going to the Europa League final as just salt in the wound. 17th, 15, and 14 place. And you couldn't find a way to go to the Champions League final? Man, if Tottenham wins that trophy, you're cooked. It doesn't even matter what Chelsea does. If Tottenham wins the Europa League, you're cooked, boys. You're cooked. You're cooked. Oh, yeah, Liverpool won the league too, by the way. Just if that matters. Imagine Tottenham and Chelsea win their trophies. Oh, my God. How nuts would that be? You think it's bad now? You think it's bad now? Just wait 2 weeks and then wait another week. You think it's bad now? Oh, and by the way, they can still fall out of the top 4. Chelsea can still finish above Arsenal in the league. Arteta, you fraud. Guard of honor for Liverpool this Sunday as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they are doing that. Well, Chelsea had to do that, too. I can't really troll. I mean, okay, about the Guard of Honor, I can't really troll. Chelsea just did that. And then beat them. Okay, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. They beat them. Yeah, their heads were probably still on the beach, but they beat them. 29th minute. Chelsea playing forward. It's fun to give a team a guard of honor when you end up beating them at the end of the day. I think that makes it less embarrassing. If Chelsea lost, I mean, I know it's tradition. It's not like they hate Liverpool, but kind of salt in the wound if you end up losing to them. Shot! Save! That is actually an awesome save. That was actually an awesome save. I get it's tradition, but it's kind of embarrassing. Winning, though, kind of makes it all okay. We gave you your love, that we still beat you. That kind of feels better, I gotta say. 1-0 Bilbao. Ooh. Man City could win the FA Cup. It's Man City. It's Man City. I know the FA Cup is the Arsenal trophy, but it's Man City. 1-0 Bilbao at Old Trafford. They need 2 goals to tie it up. It's the 31st minute. Oh, Betis just scored on Fiorentina, by the way. 3-1 on aggregate. So it looks like Betis-Chelsea final. Okay. That's what we expected pretty much the whole time. So it won't be Fiorentina-Chelsea. Well, when the tournament actually started, that's when we expected it. Anthony scored. Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. 31st minute. Playing forward. Shot blocked away. Save. Bristol City, Sheffield United Championship semifinal. There we go. Yeah. Playoff semifinal. Yeah. Betis winning will be amazing for Anthony. If they do, he'll get 2. Well, it depends on what Man United does, but he possibly could win 2 medals this year. A Europa League championship medal and a Conference League medal. This the man we said was useless? That should be something. No call. Okay. I don't know. Is this embellishment? Malo Gusto's down. NHL refs meme. Holding their hand out, pointing at whatever the butterfly was. Is this embellishment? Is this embellishment? Here's my thought on that Rodriguez play. No, it wasn't embellishment. Am I mad the Leafs didn't get screwed over by it? No. Was it a wrong call? Yes, it was. Oh, Rafa Benitez is at the game. I'm shocked. I know he won a Europa League with Chelsea, but Chelsea fans hate Rafa, and he showed up. Respect. I don't. I'm just saying. I have no problems with Rafa. Cross in. He showed up. So, whoa. Todd Bowley knows Rafa Benitez, but not Ruud Gullit? That makes no sense. Oh, Rafa did win a Europa League. His picture's probably up at Stamford Bridge. Or Kings Meadow. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, no, that makes total sense. Because Ruud Gullit's picture is probably not on the walls at Kings Meadow or Stamford Bridge. Got it. Got it. Got it. Playing forward, 34th minute. Hey, Rory, the last time you said you had a player that had MVP conversation, he shit on the front office and got traded. I would be quiet. Do you want that again? Quiet your tone. Quiet your tone. You start talking like that, he's going shit on the front office to get traded. If Toronto went for him, I wouldn't complain, though. Either way, though. Athletic Club still have a chance. Yep, they do. Playing forward is Djurgården. 0-0. 4-1 on aggregate for Chelsea. No goals have been scored since the 1 goal in each. Oh, Fiorentina just got one back. 2-3 on aggregate. 1-1 on the night. Fiorentina scores. It ain't over yet. Probably is, but still. Fiorentina gets one back. I won't lie. I am sort of rooting for Fiorentina in that semifinal. I was saying Fiorentina, Chelsea back in July of last year, okay? That's my luck. Yeah, Chelsea probably still would lose to Fiorentina. The one time I don't want them to win, they'd win. As in Fiorentina. They made 2 Conference League finals and lost, and I wanted them to win. Now that I don't want them to win, they'd win. My luck, right? My luck, right? Of course. I like that, actually. That's a good point. Timbers Anthony, not United Anthony. I mean, Real Betis. I actually like that. That's actually a good call, except he doesn't score as many goals. But again, that's probably where the raw comes from. 36 minutes. That's what raw means. Well, at this point, I think it's the memes. They know the memes. Honestly, I'm surprised Tottenham is holding firm against Bodø/Glimt. I'm surprised. People were like, oh, they're going to Norway. They're going to the Arctic Circle. They're not going to hold on. Tottenham is Tottenham. And Tottenham's holding on. I know there's still 2/3 of the game left. I know. I'm surprised Tottenham's holding on. Man United's the one who's down to Athletic Club on the night. They still have 2-goal lead, but it's not a problem yet. It could be. Bodø hasn't done anything so far, yeah. Bodø/Glimt. Bodø/Glimt. Which possible Stanley Cup final matchup you're hoping to see? Anything with the Leafs in it. I don't care if it's Dallas, Toronto, Edmonton, Toronto, Vegas, Toronto, Winnipeg, Toronto. I want it to be Toronto versus somebody. And you know what? They deserve it. Shot! Goal! Goal! Chelsea! 1-0! And Dewsbury Hall! He scored! That was actually a pretty good goal. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. 5-1 on aggregate. Yay! That's actually a pretty good goal. 5-1 on aggregate. Spins it. Boom! Off the post and in. I didn't know he had that in his bag. Hey. Cool. I didn't know. He had that. I didn't know he had that. Cool. Past the keeper's foot off the post and in. There it is. There it is. I'll take it. That's his what? Third Conference League goal. He's played the Conference League. Mobile 1. put it in your engine. Mobile One, the oil for you. I know it's not that mobile. I don't care. Whatever Djurgården's wearing, I know it ain't that one. I don't care. Mobile One, put it in your engine. Mobile One, the oil for you. 38th minute. 1-0 Chelsea, 5-1 on aggregate. Well, there's your goal. Dewsbury Hall. Tyreek George assisted him. That was all Dewsbury Hall. I got to give him that one. He found his level. Well, I mean, he was pretty good in the championship. They hate the Florida Panthers, though. Shot. They ain't the Florida Panthers, though, and Toronto's got a 2-0 series lead on the Florida Panthers, so. But then, again, pride becomes hardest before the fall, so. Maybe I should shut up. Maybe I should shut up. I haven't seen the Leafs. I have seen the Leafs get to 6 wins in the playoffs before. It was 21 years ago. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. And if they get to 7, I don't know what to do with myself. The last time the Leafs got to 6 playoff wins, I was 4 years old. Being 25 is very different. I really don't know what to do with myself. It's been so long and I'm so much older. But if they get to 7 playoff wins, I will not know what to do with myself. And if they turn around, oh my. Let me have this. Let me have this. Fair enough. 41st minute. Did they win the cup that year? Oh, yeah, they did. Curse buster. Hey, Hockey Illuminati, there's a curse buster for you if you didn't already get onto it. Curse buster. Curse buster. Curse buster. They won the cup in 63. The Leafs are winning the cup this year. Plan the parade. Also, while we're at it, hey, Chelsea, plan the Conference League parade. Plan the open top bus parade because they have a 5-1 semifinal lead. Plan the parade. "42nd minute. Playing forward. Save. That had nothing to do with it. That's all about the Leafs winning. I've never seen them, well, it's been 21 years since I've seen them do this good, and I believe I'll see them win 7 playoff games for the first time ever. Okay? It's not about that. It's about the fact that I'm pretty damn sure I'm going to see the Leafs go into uncharted territory I've never seen them do before. I'm happy right now. I'm very happy right now. I'm very happy right now. I'm sure you can tell. Also, I am having fun with cooking Arsenal as well. That is pretty fun, but I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Playing forward, 44th minute. Tyreek George has the ball. Takes a shot, blocked away. Dewsbury Hall, top of the box, loses it. Oh, okay, there's the Chelsea, I know. Over the bar. There they are. There they are. I'll calm down. There they are. Honestly, fair. You didn't think. Y'all ended up winning the first round over the Blues. You dodged that bullet. You got to the second round. See, you feel like how I felt 2 years ago. You finally got to the second round in a year that matters. Hell, we didn't even get to the second round in 2021. You did. That year honestly didn't matter. Then you got swept by the Habs, but hey, you feel like how I felt in 2023. I was honestly happy just to get to the second round. After all that time. Now, we didn't have to go to double overtimes against the Lightning, but no. Halftime. Chelsea has a 1-0 lead at halftime. They already called halftime? Okay. Halftime. I can tell that's halftime. 1-0 on the night. 5-1 on aggregate. We have another half to play, and the Chelsea is 45 minutes away from the final. Can they have a win going to the final? That's the question. No. Fire him. This is Phase 5 of Arteta, and they're still crap. I think he's also the job's getting too serious for him. Fire him. Here's the problem with that. Chelsea's winning. There's nothing really long for me to do. It's just, hey, Chelsea scored. They're going to the final. Yay. This game is sort of boring. It's not like I'm going to rant about them sucking like I did Legia Warsaw. That wasn't even that long anyway. So, also, do that what you will. Yeah, but at least you made the second round that year. We didn't. We had a 3-1 lead and then proceeded to throw it all away. So, at least you have that. Y'all made the second round of that year. Which, now you finally made a second round of a year that matters. We didn't do that at all. It took till a year that mattered. So, I mean, it doesn't really. We've made 2. We both made 2. Just one of yours was a year that was asterisk. But we really wanted that asterisk year second round. Well, I don't know about that. The fans did. The players, I'm not so sure when it came to the Leafs. The Habs wanted it more there. I can tell you that much. Carey Price stole that shit. You know what? Carey Price went out with a blaze of glory, though. You know what? I don't mind it anymore, ironically enough. I'm getting to the point where I don't exactly mind it anymore. I never was that mad, because if I was, I'd hate the Habs. That'd be how the rivalry started for me. It never did. Yeah, I'm kind of glad Carey Price got to go out with a blaze of glory, you know? Because after that playoffs, he never played again. He went out in a blaze of glory, stealing 3 playoff series and going to a Stanley Cup final, getting stomped out by the Lightning, but who wasn't? Who wasn't then? You know, who wasn't? The defending Stanley Cup champions. Who wasn't? He went out in blaze of glory. Exactly. I still think this year's Habs team is better than that, though. Fight me. I still think the 2025 Habs are better than the 2021 Habs. Now, of course, you put them together in a 7-game series, Carey Price will probably steal the whole damn thing. But everything else, I mean, Suzuki played for both teams, but 2025 has Demidov and Hudson and Caulfield, a better Caulfield than at that time. Caulfield was on that squad as well. But Laine, if he didn't break his hand. So do that what you will. But I think this Habs team is better than that one, which is kind of sad considering the Habs are out. I think this Habs team is better, if I'm being honest. They know how to make playoffs. Well, suck on that, Gago. Left Chivas just to get fired by Boca. I mean, Chivas sucks right now, but still. The man left Chivas just to get fired by Boca. It looks good on you. It looks real good on you. Looks real good on you. Chivas would have made a freaking kingdom for him, and he goes to Boca and gets fired. Looks real good on you, Gago. Real good on you. Real good on you. Yep. With Klopp's team, by the way. It would be. It's funny because it's true. Well, until this year, at least. This is the year. Exactly. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half. 1-0 Chelsea, 5-1 aggregate. Let's see what the half times of the other ties are. Still 0-0 between Bodo and Tottenham. 1-3 on aggregate. Tottenham leads. 0-1 Athletic Bilbao. 3-1 on aggregate for Man United. 2-1 for Fiorentina over Betis. 3-3 on aggregate. Fiorentina tied it up. They might pull it off. With that being said, sit tight, be back. Chelsea has the lead at the break. 5-1 on aggregate, 1-0. Back for the stats at the half. Chelsea has a 1-0 lead. Arbor is a good player. Tough, too. I don't know what Don Cherry thinks of him. Well, I could guess what Don Cherry thinks of Arbor. He's wrong. I like Don Cherry. If he thinks what I think he thinks about Arbor, he's wrong. Arbor is a tough player. Very tough player. Amazing hockey player. Knows how to play. Keeps his head up. Good young player. Tough guy. I mean, I'm happy with what the Leafs have, but I would be remiss to say if we had an Arbor I'd be pretty damn happy. So the Habs got a good one and hits off the left post. Oh, beIN Sports showed Anthony's goal, and they're tied aggregate. These players still exist for a reason. Exactly. I like tough hockey players. If I played hockey, I'd be a tough hockey, even if I am a short guy. Like, I'd play more tough. Like, I'd throw checks. I'd throw clean checks into the boards. I'd race for the puck. I'd throw a little bit of a shoulder check to get to the puck before somebody else. Like, I'd be tough. I'd answer the bell if I had to. If I played hockey, I'd rather be tough than Mitch Marner. Well, pre-2025 Mitch Marner. That is mean. He's actually good now. He does play some tough hockey, but like pre-Berube Mitch Marner, you know? Like, that was bad. Like, I'm sorry. That was punk. Like, I love what Berube's done for Mitch. I love how Berube's made Mitch more player. And he's been more adult, less of a head case. But, I mean, seriously, I mean, there's still the 7 years of Mitch being what he was. I'm glad Berube made him into a man, so to speak. Is that a bad choice of words? I don't know. Do I care? No. Mitch Marner was a child until Berube turned him into a tough hockey player. And that's how I'll put it. Old-time hockey. Stats at the half. Almost forgot. 69% possession to 31% possession. 11 shots to 4. 3 shots on goal to 1. 347 accurate passes. 91% to 158%. 2 fouls to 11. 5 corners to 1. 11 shots to 4. 3 shots on goal, 1. 380 pass to 171. 91% pass accuracy to 8. 9 throws to 4. 0 offside to 0. 1 yellow card to 0. 0 red card to 0. Chelsea's been the better team. Djurgården's had some moments, but Chelsea's done their job. I mean, what else can I say? They've done their job. Yep, Jekai's brother had 24 goals at Laval as well, which is sort of Mweka's coming on for Kukurea. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right. But yeah, he's pretty solid too. But I mean, yeah, I have a soft spot for old time tough hockey. You know, I do. Because that's the way the game should be played. Like, I mean, it is. Hockey's hockey. It's a tough sport. It's a physical sport. I'm not saying people should launch themselves into people like rockets and give people concussions. That's not what I'm saying. And what Sam Bennett did is not tough, it's dirty. There's a difference. But finish your checks. Forecheck, back check, hard. If you got to chase for the puck, body the guy off the puck and send them into the wall. Tough puck battles at the wall. Don't cross-check anybody. That's a penalty. Don't slew foot anybody either, Brad Marchand. Don't do that either. But there's a difference, you know. Old-time 90s hockey gets me feeling away. Yeah. Matt Sundin, Darcy Tucker, Doug Gilmore, Borja Salming, which that's not exactly, that's like late 80s-ish, but Borja Salming, talented player. But Gary Bettman should hear this. He won't. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I mean, I grew up listening to Don Cherry rant. And for some reason, I'm too young to agree with him, but I agreed with him most of the time. Like, you could disagree. I don't care. Don Cherry's a national treasure. He is. He is. He is. Don Cherry was right most of the time. Most of the time he was right. So. And yes, all Canadians should wear poppies on Remembrance Day. They should. Honor your fallen soldiers. Everybody should honor fallen soldiers who gave you the quality of life that you have to this day. I don't see what the problem with that is. I think the problem was he kind of pointed it. But to me, everybody should honor the fallen soldiers that gave them the life that they have now. Everybody. Everybody. I don't care. Everybody should honor the fallen soldiers that gave them the life that they have now. Well, poppies maple leaves are on the Canadian flag, and maple leaves on the Canadian flag, but poppies are just like England around the same time of year. Poppies are a symbol of Remembrance Day, Armistice Day, symbol of In Flanders Fields. Remember that poem? Right? It's a symbol of the fallen soldiers that gave their life to protect our way of life. Especially one, but I'd say in general, you could also say any war that, well, see, here's my thing. I do say a lot of wars nowadays, ever since World War II, were wrong, unethical. But the guys who still fought in that war, the people who fought in that war, still gave their life for their country. I respect the soldiers that fought in Vietnam, in Korea, in Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. I respect the soldiers that put their lives on the line, even if they put their lives on the line for something that was unethical and should have never been happening in that case anyway. I respect what they did. I'm not mad at the soldiers who fought the Vietnam War or Afghanistan, Iraq. They were put in a no-win situation at all. They thought they were defending their country. The government, that's not what they were there for. World War II to me was the last rightful war that you were actually fighting to defend your country. Now, of course, when it came to Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Desert Storm, the soldiers, you're fighting to defend your country. That's not what the government was doing. But I'm mad at the government for sending those kids into that situation where it was a no-win situation. They either died for their country, thinking they died for their country, or they committed war crimes on the behalf of their country that didn't tell them they were committing war crimes. But there you go. Do that what you will. Yeah, Fiorentina tied it. If the Raptors are good, yes. If they're not, no. Because I hate what basketball's become, especially NBA. I've said this before. You've been here when I've complained about it. I've hate what basketball's became. And it's funny, the Raptors almost saved it. But people were like, oh, Kevin Durant got hurt. Klay Thompson got hurt. The Raptors won that title because of injuries. Bullshit. The Raptors box and one system won them that title. I don't care who got hurt. They gave you the blueprint to beat the Warriors and beat Steph Curry's chuck up three bullshit. And you didn't listen. And here we are this day. Here we are to this day where now we have NBA playing, hey, we're going to chuck up threes. That's all we're going to do. There's no post play. There's no tough defense. There's no dunks. There's nothing. Like, there's only like one center in the game who actually plays like a center, and that would be Jokic. And I wouldn't be mad if the Raptors got Giannis, but he's not a normal center. Wembanyama hasn't played enough. And I have a bad feeling Wembanyama is about to be a freaking bust as well, but do with that what you will. He's too damn tall. He's got too many problems, health problems. He's too damn tall to play the game of basketball. He's starting to seem like a bust to me. Not as bad as Zion. Zion just busted. Wembanyama, it seems like health reasons are going to take him down because he's such a giant. But basically, Andre the Giant-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like Andre, great colleague. They got worse because they were too damn tall. You know what I'm saying? Right. Zion just sucked. He didn't put in any work. Wembanyama puts in work. He's just too damn tall. He's too damn tall. So do that what you will. No, if the Raptors aren't good, I don't give a shit, frankly. When Kobe was around, I used to like the NBA when the Raptors weren't good. Like when the Raptors weren't good post Vince Carter, and that time they were okay with Chris Bosh and pre-DeRozan, I liked the NBA when Kobe was around. I would say the Lakers were my second favorite team because of Kobe. And I used to watch the NBA even if the Raptors sucked. Now I don't. If the Raptors suck, I could care less, man. Next year should be a bit better, though. So I guess I'll start watching a little bit next year and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Fiorentina tied it. Yep, I saw that. No. South Park. It never offended me. South Park is South Park. It never offended me. But then again, I've got a really Howard Stern level sense of humor. Well, a very Attitude Era level sense of humor. And when I say Howard, I mean, I'm a big fan of Howard Stern, especially the old stuff. He sucks now. Howard is very much evened out. How do I put this? Howard's very much wilted. Howard is very much aged and turned weak. Like old Howard, I mean, Howard still has some gems, but it's all the old stuff, you know. It's very rare to see Howard come up with a genius that he used to have. I mean, he's got paid a lot of money. I mean, it is what it is. I understand it, but Sternthology is much better. Like, there was still like a time in the early 2010s where Howard was still Howard, you know, early mid 2010s. Then I guess since COVID, he's just totally lost it. Thankfully, he still does a Sternthology channel, so good for that. But sometimes there's some genius there, but South Park never offended me. B+ on calculus, A on physics, B- on lab final. Well, good for you. I'm watching hockey, so. But hey, at least you're right. See, Boston, see what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I think I see, which it would be a shame. John Gonzalez. God. No. John Gonzalez. Oh my God. No. No. No, 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 no. Who thought that was a good idea? All of it. All of it. That's true as well. That's true as well. 56 minute, 1-0, 5-1 on aggregate. Andre was amazing. How tall is Yao Ming? I think he was over 7 feet tall. W South Park. Yeah, I did. I do. But I'm more. I want the Raptors to bring back the purple first. Like, if they keep the current logo and add more purple to it, like make it a purple and red logo and added more purple to their color scheme, I'm fine with that. I just want the purple back. I could live with the current logo if it was red and purple. Like, if they made the lettering red and the basketball red, then the outside of it purple, brought back the purple, what with purple and red and white, I could live with it. I don't need the old logo. I just want the purple back full time. I want the purple back. That's all I'm asking for. I want purple back full time. Hell, you could make new jerseys with it. Red and purple. Red, purple, and white with a little bit of black. Give me that. That's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for the purple back full time. Purple and red go well together. Give me the purple back full time, please. That's all I'm asking for. It's not really the logo for me. It's the color purple. Purple and red together, it goes so well together. Just give me back the purple and red together. I don't need the old logo. I just want purple back full time. John Gonzalez was worse, kid. I'm glad you've never watched a John Gonzalez match. Don't put yourself through that hell. Great Khali was passable for a while. When he first feuded with John Cena, he had positives. He was like a good wrestler. It quickly got bad, but at least Great Khali had one good year. 1.5 good years. And he had a really good feud with John Cena. Khali sucked for most of his career, but at least he had that 1.5 good years. John Gonzalez never had that. He never was that good in the ring. Khali, I'm not saying Khali was that awesome, but he at least was passable for a giant, which is really good. Passable for a giant's really good. For 1.5 years. Then he got buried by John Cena, but part of it, a little bit, but he legitimately sucked. The way he was dressed was dumb, though. Yes, I agree. That's definitely part of it. It's everything. It's everything. Yeah, Kali did have some personality. What do you think about the new Pope? I wish him the best. We'll see what happens. I think it's too early to make a declaration, but it's crazy there's an American Pope. I'll wish him the best. I'll pray for him, and we'll see how he does. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. It was a shock that he got elected Cardinal Prevost. So it's a shock that he got elected. American Pope, really. I wish him the best. I'll pray for him. I hope he leads the church in a positive way. He seems more down the middle, if anything, that he has liturgical views while being more Christ-like as well, like as Christ-like as Francis, as helpful to the people, as loving to the people, but while also liturgical views that seem what you would expect, I would say. I think he's a good header wide. I think he is a good progressive in the way of he'll show love and care to his flock, but he'll follow the word. So he's probably more moderate there. If you wanted to go there, I don't really understand how. I think it's more about, are they Christ-like? He's Christ-like. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's really all you can do. But from what I can gather, Omos should definitely be given a chance. I agree, as a wrestler, because that's pretty much what he was worth. I mean, he pretty much really had a hard dump down to jobber status, like in ring and such. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. He doesn't seem like that. I don't think he's would go hard right. I think he liturgically is a traditionalist who is very caring. That's the vibes I get. I think he is a liturgical traditionalist who is very caring, which that's good for me. Who's caring to his flock. I think that's good for me. I think that's good for me. That's good for me. I don't think he's going hard right, personally. I don't think so. But we'll see. From what I can gather. Seems quiet too. Yeah. "63rd minute. I wonder if he's going to keep the Latin Mass. Interesting question. Mugaletta's coming on for Djurgården, the man who scored in round one or leg one. Let's look at the scores. Nothing has changed. Past an hour mark, nothing has changed. Fiorentina's still drawing on aggregate. Chelsea still has the 5-1 halftime aggregate lead. Athletic Club still has the 1-0 on the night, 3-1 aggregate deficit, and Tottenham still leads Bodo Glimt on aggregate. So nothing has changed. 64th minute. USA made a trade deal with the UK, I saw. Well, honestly, There's still a part of me that can't trust Vance as far as I could throw him. So I don't blame him. Like, Vance does seem to have hillbilly charm, but there's still a part of me who can't trust Vance as far as I could throw him. There's still a part of me that can't trust him as far as I could throw him. So I don't know. I don't blame him. And then also, I guess he might believe the conspiracy theory of, oh, he killed Francis. Because people love that conspiracy theory of like, hey, JD killed Francis. He was the last person Francis saw. No, it was probably the pneumonia. Like, hey, Francis was a trooper. I'm not gonna lie. He survived long enough to do the Easter services and do that before he passed. It wasn't JD Vance's fault. Like, I don't know why you're so... I mean, I like a conspiracy theory myself, but that one's pretty damn stupid. Like, Francis was an old guy who had half a lung, who just had pneumonia. What, JD killed him? Really? Really? Like, I get that, and it's always... I mean, I get you don't like JD, which is probably why you want to run with it. I mean, I can't trust him as far as I could throw him either, but are you stupid or are you just... I don't know. I don't get it. Tottenham 1-0 Solanke. Well, there you go. Because they're just happy to be at a European semifinal. That's why. Like, seriously, whoever thought Djurgården would be at a European semifinal against Chelsea? I give them their right. Who thought? You know, who thought, right? Yeah, that's true. You have a point, but at least make a troll job believable. Like, it's like, the couch jokes are fine. Like, that's okay. Like, the couch jokes are funny. That's a believable troll job. Being like, oh, he's the last person Francis saw, so JD killed Francis. Like, come on. That's a little bit, dude. Look at the history of the situation. Francis was in the freaking ICU. The Vatican City ICU with pneumonia, and the dude had half a lung. And he was in his 80s. Yeah, sure. I get it's a troll job, but sure. At least the couch jokes were funny. At least the couch jokes are funny. JD might like having relations with couches. I don't know. But at least that's believable. It might be crazy, but at least it's a little bit believable. Like, you got to look at the situation with Francis itself. Dude had half a lung, had pneumonia, was in the ICU at Vatican City for a month. It's a wonder he didn't die then. It's like God willed him to go through Easter and then called him home, which, you know what? Good for Francis. He had a job to do, and he set his goals to finish his job, and then Christ called him home. If you want to look at it that way, right? Sancho's out. Chalobah coming on, and Antwi coming on. So I get it. You want Fiorentina to win this game? I would be lying if I said no. I'd be lying if I said no. Djurgården's just there for the vibes. I already cooked them back in the first half. You missed it. I already cooked him in the first half. You missed it. Because he's an idiot. That's why. 70th minute, 1-0 Chelsea. Will Ospreay is so overrated. Thank you. Like, I mean, yeah. Did I like the Ricochet Ospreay matches back at New Japan? Yeah. Did I ever say Ospreay was my favorite? No. I mean, Ricochet has kind of fallen from whatever highs he did have. I will say that much. He can't cut a damn promo, though. I don't know. I'm not going to say anybody would be good at TFC because the last time, every time I do, they suck. I can only speak for the Pirate. That's all I can speak for. I can't speak for nobody else. I can't speak for a GM candidate. I can kind of speak for Bobby Smirniotis. I think I understand him pretty well. But as well, I can speak for Bobby Smirniotis a little bit. That's like the one other person I'd give an endorsement to and be like, you know what? I'm not weird or worried about this endorsement. But I don't think you'd want to coach TFC anyway at this point. So, yeah, all I can speak for is the Pirate, really. Anybody else, I say they'd be good, and they fail anyway. So, yeah. I don't think Bobby would come to TFC anyway. So, I think I also understand Bobby enough to where I could speak for him as well. But, scratch that. But he wouldn't come to TFC. Is he smart? Because Bobby's smart. And he's already built Forge. He built Sigma. He built Forge. Why would he go to TFC at this point? I think he'd be dumb to do that. Forge still wins. And I don't blame him at all. 2-0 Tottenham. There we go. We take Arteta at TFC? No, he's a fraud. Arteta's a fraud. No. I mean, yeah, because he actually gets a reaction if it's a boo. But it's more reaction he ever got in WWE. 1-1 United. Okay, there we go. 1-1 United. It's starting to play out now. Fiorentina still 2-1 between Betis. Fiorentina needs a goal. They have 20-some minutes. I'll keep this pushing till the end of the regular time of Fiorentina Betis. If not, I got to make the review and push on. But I think if Chelsea still ends first, we'll watch like the last couple of minutes of Fiorentina Betis regular time. I think that makes sense. 1-1 United. Yep. 4-1 on aggregate for United over Bilbao. They tied it. 2-0 Tottenham. Let's see who the second goal came from. Solanke and Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro scores the second goal. Kulusevski with the assist. Good for Tottenham. They didn't fall apart at the Arctic Circle. Tottenham and Man United, Europa League final. The vibes. Man United, Mason Mount. Mason Mount. That rat. Mason Mount, that rat. Okay. That rat. Mason Mount. Fiorentina. Anthony scored for Betis. Gosens. Robin Gosens with both goals for Fiorentina. Of course, Kieran Dewsbury Hall scored for Chelsea. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about Pakistan and India being at each other's throats. And the DEFCON warning system is at condition blue, DEFCON 4. Oh no. Oh no. Condition blue, DEFCON 4. Condition blue, DEFCON 4. Oh no. Well, that's not so bad. I'm kind of shocked. It's only at 4, but still. For some reason, after all this, it's been at condition green, DEFCON 5 for the longest, even with Russia being Russia. So, I'm a little bit concerned. 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 Love it. Cry. How we doing, Sean? No, because Toronto's treble is MLS Cup, Supporter Shield, and Canadian Championship. But yes, MLS Cup, Leagues Cup, Open Cup can be a treble, though. It's just a really hard one to get. Wait, is that even possible this year? Is there a team in Leagues Cup that could win Open Cup? Is that even possible this year? I got to look back at the chart because they're stupid. Because MLS is stupid. There's like, what, a rare chance? Did St. Louis even make it? I don't think they did. Because you can only play 2 continental championships at once. You can only play CONCACAF or Open Cup. You have to play 1, but you can only play 2 at most. So the CONCACAF teams can only either play Leagues Cup or Open Cup. Unless you're Canadian, then you have to play the Canadian Championship. Ask Vancouver. So it's possible, but it's a very hard one to get. Okay, DEFCON 4 then. Okay, that makes sense. I know. I read it. I saw the score line. I was checking Font Mob on the other ones. That rat. I agree with you. I think charisma means a lot. Now, if you could have a good match, good match, set up a good match, that's great. But if you have no charisma, what's the point? You see why Kevin Owens works? Because he can have a good match and a match that makes sense, but he's also a very good promo. Kevin Owens is amazing on the mic. Always has been. AJ Styles as well. I think AJ Styles, and he's gotten better as he's gotten older, but, on the mic. So, do that what you will. I pray they don't fly. They're winning. The tie was over last week. They're winning at home. This isn't as bad as Legia Warsaw. They rotated anyway. I'm just glad they're winning. They already won the tie last week. Red Bull still wins. Chivas has problems. Oh, they are. Well, I guess you could get that treble. Wait. Where's the open? Oh, okay, there it is. 79th minute. Oh, they're playing Dallas. Okay, good. Okay, they did move on. Okay. They're playing Dallas. You could still win that treble then. We'd also have to win MLS Cup, which... He is a mercenary. Not as bad as Mason Mount, but he's close. At least he won the Champions League for us. I'll let him have it. Alex was just here yesterday at the end of the Leaf stream. And then the game ended. The stream ended. But he was here. PSG is the only team that could win the treble this season. Yep. I don't know if I'm rooting for it or not. 81st minute. I don't know. Well, one of those things were very possible. The other wasn't. Would be crazy. And Tottenham winning a trophy, mind you. And Arsenal didn't do shit. 2-1 Man United. 5-1 on aggregate. Man United. Casemiro. He scored. Put your heads back down. Go. Put your heads back down. Casemiro scored. What are you doing? 82nd minute. 1-0, 5-1 on aggregate. Olympia posted about the Pope. CD Olympia, Honduras club, posted about the Pope. Well, Barcelona did too. Hell, it's funny. I saw a post from Fabrizio Romano where Fabrizio Romano did a "Here we go" for the Pope. Jesus Christ, Fabrizio. Well, you know what? Maybe either way, Fabrizio really, here we go, the Pope. You tap in, merchant. I bet he posted that. You tap in, merchant, Fabrizio. Tap in, merchant. Tap in, merchant. Who asked for that? Fabrizio. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. He did. Playing forward. Did he also reject the Saudi League? Okay, that's funny. Fabrizio now announcing Popes. What a time to be alive. How much is the transfer fee? Game's gone. Here we go. White smoke. Amazing transfer for Vatican FC. Y'all lost to Pittsburgh. Riverhounds gone to Open Cup. Riverhounds gone to Open Cup. Pittsburgh. You let Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a beautiful city, you know. I respect Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh, actually. Pittsburgh means a lot to me. Pittsburgh is a city that means a lot to me. It's given me good things. It's given me good things. Either way, it's given me amazing things. So you know what? I'm happy for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds because Pittsburgh is a beautiful city that's given me good things. Amazing things. So. Wink. Wink. Why do you think I'm bandwagoning the Steelers? Sidney Crosby is good at everything. He's Sid the Kid for a reason. You doubt Sidney Crosby? You're a heretic. You heretic. You doubt Sidney Crosby? You heretic. You doubt Sid the Kid? Sid the Kid is a more complete player than Alex Ovechkin ever was. You heretic. I can say that because he's Canadian. You heretic. I didn't say Sid was a better goal scorer than Ovi, but he was a more complete player. He's always been a more complete player than Ovi. You heretic. Now, the question was, did you know that Phil Kessel was that good? I didn't know. Phil Kessel went and gave the assist while eating a hot dog. Phil Kessel went and gave the assist while eating a hot dog. A hot dog in one hand, a football in the other. He gave the assist. All love for Phil Kessel. I still have love for Phil Kessel. I know he don't play for the Penguins anymore. Let me have this. Can't hate on Ovi, though. I'm just saying that Sid was a more complete player. Ovi's been the best goal scorer. Ovi's the best goal scorer of all time. Gretzky's still the best player of all time. But when it came to this era, Sid was still a more complete player than Ovi. That wasn't hate on Ovi. I'm just saying Sid's a more complete player. That's all I'm saying. If anything, I was trolling Phil Kessel more there with a hot dog joke. Which I shouldn't have done that, because I grew up being a fan of Phil Kessel. And then we wasted 6 years with him. The Leafs wasted 6 years with him. Yeah, but he was never leaving in the first place. He was never leaving in the first place. 3-1 Man United. Rasmus Højlund scored. Oh, a miracle happened for him. Well, good for him. Still 2-1 Fiorentina Betis. 88th minute. Also, Jaromir Jagr played for Pittsburgh, so I've always been a fan of Jaromir Jagr. Based. Jaromir Jagr is the most based hockey player of all time. Badass. Jaromir Jagr is the most badass hockey player of all time. And the fact he did it for so long. Was he? Well, he was a special player, but he's the most badass player of all time. Jaromir Jagr deserves a biopic. I don't care. If you don't like Jaromir Jagr, I don't like you. He never was a Leaf. I don't care. My favorite player who was never a Leaf or never a Canadian player, Jaromir Jagr. Always. Or never a Blue as well. No, he didn't play for the Blues. Never played for Canada, never played for the Blues, or never played for the Leafs. Jaromir Jagr. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What a player. And he's still been playing. Yeah, he's still playing in Europe. Yeah, he is. 89th minute. I still think he could get a job done in the NHL. Call me crazy, but you saw how bad he wanted to play when they retired his number, Pittsburgh. You saw how bad he wanted to play. I'm like, you know what? You might as well. You might as well. 90th minute. Acting like Flower doesn't exist. Marc-Andre Fleury. You're acting like Flower doesn't exist, man. Marc-Andre Fleury still got it. I don't care. By the way, I know he won't play during the World Championships. Give him a game. I know Bennington's there, but give him a game. 2 minutes of stoppage time for the Chelsea game. Flower deserves a World Championship game. He does. Will Tottenham actually win a trophy? I think it's possible. Harry Kane curse lifted. Will the same happen for Tottenham? Yeah, y'all deserve to get cooked. Marc-Andre Fleury deserves to play a game at the World Championship since he's there. I love Jordan Bennington. He has the Olympics. He had the Four Nations. He'll have the Olympics. The World Championships are worlds. It is what it is. Like, especially between Four Nations and the Olympics, as long as you don't lose to the USA, who gives a shit? As long as Canada doesn't lose to the USA at the Worlds, who gives a shit? You have the Olympics next year, and Four Nations were before it. Who really cares? As long as you don't lose to the USA, who really cares? When you have the Olympics coming up and the Four Nations just happen, who really cares? I mean, yeah, it'd be cool if Canada wins, but am I mad if they don't? No. Betis almost choked. It's still 2-1. They still have extra time. Away goals don't exist anymore in UEFA. Do you forget? Well, let me check. 146. We're going to watch the rest of the Betis-Fiorentina game. It's still 2-1. They still go to extra time. They can still choke. 4-1 Man United. All right. Once the Chelsea game ends, we'll put it on the Betis game until regular time ends. 2:07. CONCACAF should abandon away goals. Oh, they will now that Messi lost. And it's full time. 1-0 Chelsea. They're going to the final with a 5-1 aggregate win. 1-0 on the night. 5-1 on aggregate. Chelsea are moving on to Wroclaw. They're going to play Betis or Fiorentina, which we still don't know as of now. And by the time I make the video, we still won't know. By the time the video starts uploading, we still might not know, but unless something crazy happens. Oh, it's right there. Oh. Paramount Plus UI sucks, man. There we go. We'll watch the rest of the Betis Fiorentina game. Just go from sports. That'll work. There it is. Boom. Marc-Andre Fleury never played with the Habs, but a few years ago he went to Minnesota. He was heavily linked to Montreal. 89th minute, Fiorentina trying to get a late goal to end this before extra time. We have 89th minute. Who will play Chelsea? Betis, if they allow a goal, they're in trouble. We're watching until the final whistle of regular time blows, and then I'll move on to the review. And if I have an answer, I'll tell you. If not, so be it. De Gea makes a save earlier. Got to watch the GOAT play. Full time, Man United beats Athletic Bilbao 7-1 on aggregate. 4-1. Man United are going to the Europa League final. 2 teams left to decide to finish out the slate of finals of the rest of the month / UEFA finals, of course, the 3 UEFA finals and the 1 CONCACAF final. And that's a free kick for Betis at 90th minute. 90th minute. Tottenham leads 5-1 on aggregate over Bodo Glimt. They should advance, but once the whistle blows, we'll know. It's going to take Fiorentina Betis the longest. 4 minutes of stoppage time before we know we're going to extra or not. Good. Good. Get all the sleep you need. Over the top. Header. Headed away. Cleared out. Man United versus Tottenham's crazy. Funny how the year that Harry Kane breaks his curse, Tottenham might just do it. And Postecoglou versus Ruben Amorim. Interesting. We'll be live for it in 2 weeks' time. Don't worry. We'll be live for it once it happens. And we'll review it. Don't worry. We'll be live for it on the 21st. Don't worry. Don't worry. Your pretty little head will be there. We will be there. We will be there. In 2 weeks. And then 3 weeks from now, we'll be there for Chelsea versus the winner of this game. But of course, I told you that was going to happen. Bodo getting a penalty. Oh, wow. That's not enough anyway. Headed away. Fiorentina has a shot blocked away. Almost halfway through stoppage time. I have to move on to the review once this final whistle of 90 is blown. So, when it comes to Fiorentina versus Betis. Dumps it in. Drops it in, I guess. Hockey's getting into my football. Hockey's getting into my football terminology. And football's getting into my hockey terminology. Oh, Lord. And I wouldn't have it any other way. No penalty for Bodo Glimt. No penalty. That's why it's starting so late. Cross in, shot wide. Oh, free kick for Fiorentina. And De Gea's holding his knee. And it's full time of the Tottenham tie. I would guess it's full time now. The full-time line has came up on FOTMob, at least on the play-by-play side of things, but they haven't shown the whistle. De Gea is down. Should be any minute now. It's full time. Tottenham advances 5-1. So Tottenham versus Man United is the Europa League final. We have it, and we'll be live for it 2 weeks from now, or 13 days. Because not Wednesday, it's Thursday. So we'll be back. We'll be there for it. Don't worry. Diego Chara, Rodriguez are available on Saturday. Well, good. But we got Bodo Glimt Tottenham versus Man United. We have that final. Chelsea is in the Conference League final. There's one team left to fill out these 4 finals. Will it be Fiorentina or Betis? And it looks like we'll go to extra time to decide that. But I have to review this game. So once we move on, we move. So unless a Hail Mary goal is scored by Fiorentina or Betis, we go to extra time in this semifinal. And that will decide the team who moves on to play Chelsea and Wrocław, Poland for the Conference League final on the 28th of May. But Chelsea's there. We followed it every step of the way for Chelsea. And guess what? We will be there for the final with Chelsea in it. I've covered every Chelsea game of the Conference League proper. We've been there every step of the way. From Ghent to Panathinaikos to Noah to Heidenheim to Astana to Shamrock Rovers to Copenhagen, home and away, to Legia Warsaw, home and away. To Djurgården, home and away. And now the final in Wrocław. Who will it be? Will it be Fiorentina or Betis? But we will be talking about the final with Chelsea in it when it comes to this tournament on May 28th. We followed it all the way. Advantage played, shot saved. We followed it all the way, and it's paid off dividends. We got a final with Chelsea there, which I expected, but free kick, Johnny Cardozo's down. We don't know who they'll play at this moment. And by the time the review's finished, I don't know if we will there as well. But what matters is they're there. What matters is Chelsea is there. Hmm. Six minutes of stoppage time. How we doing, Mile High? Yeah, Denver did suck last night. Playing forward, 7th minute of stoppage time. 3-3. Looks like extra time is coming when it comes to Betis and Fiorentina. Stoppage, and that's it. So it looks there will be going to extra time in Fiorentina. So with that being said, we will move on. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. Subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And tomorrow we'll be here for Game 3 of Florida. Toronto versus Florida. Toronto at Florida. Game 3 on Friday night. But first we got to review this game and we move. So, and we'll see as it goes who plays Chelsea in the Conference League final. 7 teams left in UEFA football. 1 more will be eliminated at the end of the night. With that being said, sit tight, be back. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.